So I ended up interviewing King Tone, right? And he said that there was a situation between the...
That's it? We wrapping it up with Remy, right?
Yeah. Unless you got
So
something...
salute to Remy. Here's a little shot of Henny for the Remy.
Is that really Henny?
To the haters, yeah.
That's a lot of Henny.
To my friends, to the haters is Remy. To my friends, you could call it Henny. But to those that know me, it's called iced tea. Powder iced tea.
So I ended up interviewing King Tone, and he said there was a situation between the Kings.
Long live King Tone. Yeah, shout out to that. Paul Rilla. I remember we did a song too. He shouted him out. Those the first words that came out of his mouth. Shout out to King Tone.
Can I talk now?
Nope.
Can I talk?
My show.
Please?
Fuck you. My show. Mine.
So he spoke about a situation between the Kings and Joe and Pun where they had a meeting. Do you know about that?
No. A salute to King Tone. Very special brother.
You don't know about that?
No, I don't. I don't, but I don't doubt it. It didn't happen. I believe King Tone. His word is authentic for me. I believe that I didn't do everything with, Pun and Joe. And I don't know. It has to be detailed more for me to see if I remember. Because I remember conversations definitely, and I know a Brooklyn situation happened with the Bloods, I think. And it hasn't been spoken about, but it was some shit that they was trapped in a basement. I had my brother in the basement with Joe, then let him come out, some shit. But that got resolved. But I know that back into it. With the Kings, we never have no problems. The only thing with the Kings, I remember me and Pun did the first Puerto Rican Day Parade. When he first had, right before Capital Punishment came out. Joe had the float. We was on it, and we got there early, downtown Manhattan, where they start the float at. All the floats are lined up. And I had my Cuban colors, right? But I had a red, what you call that shit? A red, for the waves. Stocking cap, right? What do you call it?
The skull cap or the do-rag?
No, the do-rag.
There you go.
Red do-rag on. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't growing waves. And that was just a style back then, right? The do-rag. So I had a red do-rag, blue, a white, my white shirt and blue pants. That's the color of our flags, Puerto Rico and Cuba. But I had the red do-rag, and this is early in the morning. It's like fucking like 7 o'clock. Me and Pun got there early to the float to get ready. So, that shit leaves out, you got to get your name called, then they let you go through the whole thing. The Puerto Rican Day Parade Festival. You understand? So you know how big that shit was back in the days. That's when it was popping. There was two, Land Kings, they make themselves very present in this parade. They got their own shit, their own, time in there. They got their own float sometime. And they walk out there and they march and they preach peace. You know what I'm saying? And proudness of Puerto Rico. This time it was two dudes, like me and Paul was on top of the float, like just us. Pun was, sitting down by the float. And like I said, it was early. There was two dudes across the street and they walking. And they do this shit to me. They start throwing fucking signs. And I'm like, yo, Pun, what the fuck them niggas doing over there? Pun looked at me, he was like, I don't know, niggas. So, you know what I'm saying? I was getting things ready on top of the float. But then I looked again, and the dude went like this to me. He went like this. What, nigga? Like this, like beefing from across the street. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, nigga, I'll see you later, nigga. Like, I hear him. So I'm like, yeah, I'm confused. They thought I was a Blood. And that was the time, but Bloods was actually moving into New York. Like, there was seldom of it, but in jail, there was already rocking in jail.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? So they thought of me like I'm sellout. Some sellout shit because I'm Spanish. And I got a red, do-rag on there. It looked like I'm a Blood. Which that wasn't even in my fucking mind. Like, this is our colors. This is my red triangle. This is my white star. And my blue stripes. This is the color that we, you know what I'm saying? We represent. How the fuck y'all niggas thought that was a red do-rag. So that's how crazy it was back then with that Latin Kings as far as that. So that was just a little story I want to say because I know that even though we know like niggas like Stevie, those are original like, Latin King members that we know, me and Pun know, we never been kings. We are kings, you know what I'm saying? And we are Latino kings. Always thought ourselves like that. But as far as like the gang and all of that, the street crew and all of that, never got inducted to no kind of street crew like that. We rock with each other like brothers. But we represent our people. Definitely represent our people to the fullest. And King Tone made me proud. That
Isn't it true?
It made me
though,
proud of it.
Isn't it true that they wanted Big Pun to become a part of the Latin Kings?
Of course they did. That's of course anybody who's out there like with the gift that Pun had and is out there not because he's just getting that love in the camera. It's because they love Pun. Nigga, his talent was incredible. You know what I'm saying? I got some of that love too. You know what I'm saying? They definitely wanted us to be part of that. They wanted to get the claim us because they loved us so much. Not because, what I'm saying, there's never been no extortion plots ever like on me this way or threatening us if you don't become the kings. No, there was always like the kings that I know, always been individual love. It never been on some business show. I need y'all to come do some shit for me. What I'm saying? I'm sure Joe probably was doing things that way. Maybe he did certain things that way. Maybe they had that meeting. Maybe they used the kings for something. Maybe I don't know.
The way that he described it, that there was kind of like a petty disagreement or something. So they sat down.
He might have used the blood. Niggas be saying that they might have used the blood when I got cut. Back then, not everybody was getting cut and shit like that. So it was like, who cuts people in the face? And that's when like the blood, was doing things like that. So I don't know. But there was rumors that, niggas, Joe be higher, it went to that side so it won't act like, my own team did it. So it's a lot of shit, So I don't know if the meeting though, if there was a meeting.
It was like over like a petty disagreement before Pun's album came out. And then like Tone was there and Pun was like, all of this is just like, it's not really that important. Is dumb. Like my album's about to come out.
I believe that was my brother.
Yeah.
That was my brother.
And then
he's
it's going to be so important. Man, roll the clip.
There was a situation, Franklin Cutlass, fell out of grace. They had a little family dispute there. Someone said something slick. And at that time, people believed Franklin Cutlass was a king. So I went to talk to Joe about it. It bothered me. I didn't like that it came out on the radio and they were portraying my nation as like punks, right? So I went. Joe was man enough to bring Pun. We sat on the table in Jimmy's Cafe. We talked about the problem. The brother was very respectful to me. So was Pun. Pun fell in love with us, and I fell in love with Pun. And he was going to come out with his album, so they needed to put out all his, all the posters up. And I really told him the Kings will do anything for you, Pun and Joe. We'll do anything as a support. We're there for you, the Chicago. We all love y'all. All we want y'all not to forget us, right? To tell our stories like they tell their stories. But my heart, after the man I seen on the table and the way he didn't want me and Joe and us to go to war over some stupid shit his brother said, and he said it's stupid, Tone, and you acting stupid, that's just like Tone. That's what Pun told King Tone. Pun told King Tone right at the table for Joe. He said, Tone, you being stupid. That shit's so stupid. Like he was the nature of it, and he laughed. He ordered food. It was so small, that bullshit to him. His bigger picture was my album's coming out and I'm going to go platinum, Tone. Help me get my message out. And I said, damn, that's the thing, not the shit I'm arguing about. I have to help him blow up. If I pay attention to this beef, I would have never met him. I would have never understood why he cut that album and what he wanted and how he already knew he was the best.
He was the first nigga to snuff you and set it off. But he's also the first peacemaker and the glue that binds people together. He was also that. But he was the stupid thug nigga from the corner that, you catch him in the wrong day and you look at him, he's going to snuff you. Like we all have those traits, but he definitely was on that like that. But he loved the Kings.
Tone said that he was an honorary member. They consider Pun an honorary member.
And that's a privilege. You know what I'm saying? That's a privilege. And I salute King Tone once again, man. I've seen his all the parts of his interviews with you. Not because he spoke on just me and Joe's situation. He's a very smart, intelligent dude, man. Salutes, my hat goes off to him. He's a real true leader. His words of a leader. He sounds like a guy that's ready to be fucking president. And you know what I'm saying? He sounds, and because he's believable, and he's really, I think, you know what I'm saying? He made me believe that he's about what he says. And that's honorable. That's something, a quality I love and I salute. Wish many more people had. It's great to hear. It was a refreshing thing to hear somebody talk about my people like that. You know what I'm saying? And just people, just unity. I'm saying, because I know he's talking the Latin love and all of that, and black and brown, but he's talking to everybody. He's talking, like when I look at Farrakhan, I love Farrakhan's speeches. Even though he's talking about black proud and he's pro-black, I know he's speaking to just humanity. If you go listen, it's no color to creed. It's all we all together as a human race. But you know what I'm saying? So when he says he is the leader of the Latinos, like he's a leader, he's been a leader, even though he was a gang leader. You know what I'm saying? The knowledge that brother has, and he flipped it, how he's standing up for his community, he has to be saluted. It's powerful. It's powerful. It's Martin Luther King powerful. It's Malcolm X powerful. That's what I'm talking about, powerful. And I like it. It's like I said, not because he just talk. It's the way, his choice of words, his mannerisms,
Right.
his vocabulary, and his feeling. His heart was involved.
He said that in prison he studied the great speakers, and that's how he learned to be able to get people together, right? And you can tell.
You can study the format.
You can tell.
You can't study the details and ingredient in what you're saying and how you feel about it. You can't be that much of a good liar. Not to fool me. You know what I'm saying? So when you saying things, even though it's in speech way, form a speech form, what you're saying is what captivates people. Captivated me. On how he looks, his mistakes, how he learned from his mistake, what he's been through, that makes him believable. That makes, you know what I'm saying, that gives him the power he has in his voice, that he's been through it.